Hey folks, it's me, Dixon again, and today I'm responding to more of your app ideas. GWH34T asks Tinder, but for dishes to cook. Half the time we can't decide what to cook. There's plenty of apps for the restaurant roulette type of picking a place to eat, but nothing I can find for specific dishes. Is there an app that can pull recipes from multiple sites, say foodnetwork.com, and let two or more people swipe left and right until there's something they agree on to cook? So this sounds like a great problem statement. I personally experience this when I'm with my friends, and everyone can relate to it because it's about food. I know that Jason, a software engineer for this channel, has actually built something like this before as a Secret Santa gift. It was basically an app where you could select a handful of ingredients and then a difficulty mode, easy, medium, or hard, and then the app would suggest a recipe that you could cook. So immediately I'm seeing two business models that could work with this. One is you integrate with food delivery apps and get some kickback when your user places an order through their app. Another one is you could aggregate and de-identify troves of user data to help businesses understand market trends. Take, for example, OneSignal. But in saying that, your biggest competitor is probably going to be the food delivery apps, because they could probably stand up a feature like this in a pretty short amount of time. So to differentiate yourself, you could focus heavily on use cases that don't result in engaging food delivery apps. For example, couples who want to cook together or friends who meet each other for potluck. You could dive deep into these user journeys and focus on helping your target audience arrive at a decision seamlessly. And so if you were going to build some sort of MVP with this, it would seem pretty straightforward because, the swipe left, swipe right interface is pretty well documented. You really want to focus on making adoption easy, and that might not mean that you necessarily build the mobile app. For example, if friends who meet for potluck communicate a lot over Discord, then you might consider exploring a extension to Discord as a solution. Next, Aaron Minhaha says, AI-powered reading app, personalized stories and real-time feedback for early literacy education. The concept is an AI-driven reading app that generates personalized stories based on sight words and phonics skills provided by teachers. Students can choose the topic of the stories, making the reading experience enjoyable and tailored to their interests. By leveraging cutting-edge GPT-4 technology and speech recognition, the app offers an interactive learning experience. As children read aloud, the app listens, transcribes their speech, and compares it to the original story. This process allows for real-time identification of mistakes and areas that need improvement, providing valuable insights for teachers to enhance learning outcomes. This app addresses a crucial need in the education sector, as early reading proficiency is a key predictor of future success. The proposed solution offers a personalized, engaging, and effective way to build foundational literacy skills and foster a love of reading in young learners. It's interesting here that you mention early reading proficiency as a key predictor of future success. If there are scientific studies behind this, then those networks could potentially be a source for funding. So the good thing about this is speech-to-text technology is quite mature. And so that component of this solution wouldn't be really hard to do. I know schools identify this as a key area of interest right now. And Jason has experience building something like this to teach physics and math. But literacy is probably a little more challenging given how broad it is. But even so, AI could help you lower this barrier somewhat. So what are some difficulties with this? Well, an MVP I think is going to be tricky because you would need some sort of significant research backing this. Also, because language is so diverse, how do you define what is good for pronunciation? The vocabulary can be used in so many different cultural contexts. You could limit your deployment to one region to begin with, but when you move to another one, you would need large, clean data sets. But in saying that, there's a clear opportunity for this in that you could expand to new languages, just like Duolingo. And if you were to pursue something like this, you could attempt an MVP that doesn't necessarily target specific learning groups, but just anyone who wants to improve the way that they speak or enunciate. And this way you could be a bit less stringent on the definition of what good pronunciation is. So that's it from me for today, and I'll see you in the next one.